I had a great question sent to me, which is, how is the mind able to retrieve information from the quantum realms? How does dowsing actually work? How are we able to ask a question we have no other way of knowing and get the answer? So let's get into that. So to explain how dowsing works and how we retrieve information from the quantum realms to get answers from questions we have no other way of knowing, we're going to look at the concept of mind fields. So here's you or me with a question, and we have this burning question that we need the answer to. And we've gone down all traditional lines of inquiry. Maybe we've done research, maybe we've looked at things, but there is some intangible or invisible information that we want to know. So that can be, in dowsing, it can be things like health. Maybe looking at the way I've coloured that picture in, maybe she's got eczema. And you're thinking, well, maybe there's something in my diet that is affecting me internally that is creating this eczema. Now, you can't see that. There's no way of you knowing. If you've been through all medical tests, for instance, and they're great, but they draw a blank, then dowsing can be your answer. And this is because dowsing enables us to access quantum fields of information through what are called mind fields. So a really interesting phenomenon occurs when we're concentrating on anything, and this is through meditation or any action. When we have a thought, we create what is called a mind field. So our mind isn't just our brain. Our mind exists well beyond our brain. It exists in our aura. Consciousness is a vast subject. And what happens when we have a thought? Basically, we create a wave of information that goes out into the universe, and it contains our question. So it goes out into the universe, into the farthest reaches of the universe with our question. And what we have noticed, what scientists have discovered rather, is that a corresponding wave of information comes back from the universe and it gives us the answer. But of course, this information has come in as energy in a wave, which, what does that mean? Is it a yes? Is it a no? What does it mean? And this is where pendulum dowsing comes in, because through the movement of a pendulum, we are able to discern what is a yes or no response through a particular movement of the pendulum. It might go that way for yes, it might go that way for yes, maybe you've even got a diagonal, and then we will have each of those responses could mean yes, it could mean no, it could be yes, it could be no. Because when this information comes in as energy, it doesn't come in as language. And we need to put it into a language form for our conscious mind to be able to accept this information and do something useful with it. So the information comes in, our subliminal mind can pick up on the energy, but that's no use to our conscious mind that likes language. So the subliminal mind is able to use idiometer effects in the body. That's subtle, tiny little muscle movements, and it's them that create the movement in the pendulum into a response we have predefined as yes or no, so that when the pendulum moves to give us this answer, it puts it into language for us. So mind fields are the mechanism through which our mind expresses the question as energy, and then the energy comes back. The energy brings the information back, and we use a pendulum through concise, explicit questions that only have a yes or no answer to turn that energy that is as yet information into something usable that we can take into our daily lives and action. So if it with regards to things like health, we can ask, would I benefit from reducing X from my diet or eliminating X from my diet? Is it in my better interest to increase X in my diet? By what percent or how often? And we can use this mechanism then to find answers to questions that we have no other way of knowing.